A very good morning and welcome to the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha Television. My name is Aishwarya Kapoor and here are the latest headlines. Opposition parties against government's move to advance a budget session. 16 parties write to President and CEC, say move will influence voters ahead of assembly polls. Fresh roadblocks to GST rollout. States demand the taxation rights for sales in high seas. Prospect of meeting the 1st of April deadline recedes. TMC MPs to protest arrest of Sudip Bandyopadhyay by CBI in chit fund scam. Mamata Banerjee dares the Prime Minister. Congress alleges political witch hunt. Longest dry spell in Kashmir for a decade ends. Snow in high altitude areas. Rains lash the plains. And Paul Ryan, re-elected Speaker of US House of Representatives, overwhelmingly wins vote of 115th Congress for the second term. Well, our top focus this morning after the Cabinet Committee on Parliamentary Affairs decided that the budget session will begin from 31st of January. Now, there has been opposition to the move. Now, according to a report in a leading English news daily, 16 opposition parties, including the Congress, have written to President Pranab Mukherjee and the Chief Election Commissioner, saying that the move to advance the session is an attempt at influence the assembly elections in 5 states. Well, the opposition has questioned the centre's intent, saying that it could announce populist schemes in the middle of the campaign to influence voters. Well, among those who have signed the letter are a leader of the opposition in Rajya Sabha, Ghulam Nabi Azad, CPIM's Sitaram Yechuri, SP's Ram Gopal Yadav and JDU's Sharad Yadav. Well, Congress deputy leader in the Rajya Sabha, Anand Sharma, has been quoted by the Daily as saying that the opposition was never even consulted before the cabinet arrived at such a decision. On to the other top story now. In the prospect of the government's ambitious goods and services tax meeting its 1st of April deadline has receded. Well, this after the 8th GST Council meeting could not arrive at a consensus on various issues, including the interstate GST law. Here is a report. Day 1 of the 8th GST panel meeting could not even touch upon the contentious issue of control of assessors, which has been holding up rollout of goods and services tax regime till now. The issue is expected to be discussed today. However, the Council discussed the draft integrated GST bill and also heard out sectoral presentations of the impact of the indirect tax levy.
There were several other issues relating to GST which were discussed, and on some things modifications were made, on something it was not. Very important in all of this is we haven't even been able to touch the dual control issue, which is fundamental to this process. So this will be taken up again tomorrow.
In fresh roadblocks to the GST rollout, coastal states West Bengal, Karnataka and Kerala demanded taxation rights for sales in high seas. They also requested for increase in number of items on which tax is to be levied in order to deal with revenue loss estimated at 90,000 crore rupees post demonetization.
One issue that was discussed at length, in fact for nearly 2 hours, was with regard to how to deal with the territorial waters of India. The current practice is the states collect sale tax from the bunkering charges, sail on high seas and so on. But in the draft law, union was defined to include the territorial waters.
The prospects of a rollout of the GST regime from April this year receded further after state representatives, including BJP-ruled Gujarat, were unanimous in saying that April target date for rollout of the new regime is not possible. The finance minister has also indicated the possibility of a mid-year rollout of GST. According to the Constitution Amendment Bill for GST, the government has time till September 2017 to roll out the tax. With Nav Vikram Singh, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. And the Election Commission is likely to announce today the dates of the upcoming crucial set of assembly elections to 5 states. Well, the schedule will include all the 5 states that are due for polls in the first half of 2017. That is Uttarakhand, Goa, Punjab, Manipur and Uttar Pradesh. Well, the term of the UP Assembly ends on 27th of May, while the terms of the other 4 would expire in March. On Tuesday, the Commission held a meeting with the chief electoral officers of poll-bound states to fine-tune the arrangements. Well, the Commission received the assessment of the law and order situation, deployment of polling personnel, safety and electronic voting machines, and the implementation of the Model Code of Conduct. And Justice Jagdish Singh Khehar will assume the office of Chief Justice of India today. He will be sworn in by President Pranab Mukherjee as the 44th Chief Justice of the country and will hold the post for 7 months. Now, Justice Khehar has headed a bench which has set aside the imposition of President's rule in Arunachal Pradesh last year. He also headed a bench which gave a significant verdict holding that the principle of equal pay for equal work has to be made applicable to those who are engaged as daily wagers and casual as well as contractual employees. Now, Justice Khehar is currently the senior most judge of the Supreme Court and will be the first Chief Justice from the Sikh community. Big developing story coming in from West Bengal, and the CBI will produce arrested Lok Sabha MP Sudip Bandyopadhyay before a court in Bhubaneswar today. Well, the agency arrested him in Kolkata yesterday after an over 4-hour grilling in connection with the Rose Valley chit fund scam. Well, the TMC will be protesting at their parliamentary office in Delhi today, and the party along with the Congress party have alleged that the arrest is a result of their opposition to the government's move of demonetization. The BJP, however, has denied the claim.
Sudip Bandyopadhyay, after arriving in Bhubaneswar following his arrest in connection with the alleged Rose Valley chit fund scam. This is the second arrest of a TMC MP within a week after Tapas Pal was arrested by the CBI on Friday. Pal is in CBI custody in Bhubaneswar. Stung by the arrest, TMC chief and West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee challenging Prime Minister Modi to arrest her. Mamata accusing the PMO of using the CBI, ED and income tax against those who raise their voice against demonetization.
I direct challenge. You cannot do anything because Trinamool Congress is right, you are wrong. You cannot suppress the voice of the people. You cannot bulldoze the people's voice.
Several TMC leaders visiting the CBI office in Kolkata, where Bandyopadhyay was questioned for more than 4 hours. He was summoned thrice earlier by the agency. The fallout of the arrest was seen immediately, with TMC supporters resorting to violence. The students' wing of the party attacking the BJP office. CRPF was deployed there soon after.
जहाँ एक चीफ मिनिस्टर उन्होंने भड़का रहा है सारी स्थिति को, तो ऐसा स्थिति में तो भरोसा कौन? तो इसीलिए पुलिस और प्रशासन के ऊपर कोई भरोसा नहीं है. तो इसलिए हमारा सिक्योरिटी और कार्यालय का सिक्योरिटी निश्चित करने के लिए सीआरपीएफ लोग आया.
The TMC deciding to protest against the arrest. Party MPs will be meeting at the Delhi Parliamentary Office in the afternoon today to protest against the move. The Congress has lent its support to the TMC, saying the party is paying a price for joining hands with it over note ban.
All Trinamool Lok Sabha MPs and all Trinamool Rajya Sabha MPs will reach Delhi and be at the Parliamentary Party Office to protest against this financial emergency and this complete emergency and political vendetta which is happening here.
From the day Ms. Mamata Banerjee held a joint press conference with Shri Rahul Gandhi and other opposition leaders, a new wave of vendetta has been unleashed by Modi ji.
The BJP has denied political vendetta.
अगर किसी ने कोई गलत काम किया है और वो गलत काम में पकड़ा जाता है तो वो बेबुनियाद आरोप लगा के अपनी गुनाह को कवर करने की कोशिश करे तो उसका जवाब वही दे पाएंगे. हमने कोई किसी भी इन्वेस्टिगेटिव प्रोसेस में कभी इंटरफेयर नहीं किया है और जिसने गलत काम किया उसको भुगतान करना पड़ा.
In fact, senior Congress leader Ahmed Patel called up Mamata Banerjee following the arrest. On the other hand, in his first public appearance after the CPIM's assembly poll defeat, former Chief Minister of West Bengal Sudip Bandyopadhyay said the TMC has no moral right to speak against black money when its MPs were being arrested in a chit fund scam. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And looking at the situation in Uttar Pradesh now, well, a day after Mulayam Singh Yadav took the tussle for the Samajwadi Party's election symbol to the Election Commission, now Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav's camp approached the panel on Tuesday, where leaders loyal to Akhilesh, Ram Gopal Yadav, Naresh Agarwal and Kiranmoy Nanda told the commission that the party was actually headed by him and not its founder Mulayam Singh Yadav. Well, they claim that 90% of the people supported the real Samajwadi Party that belongs to them. Well, observers say that it is unlikely that the Election Commission will be able to resolve the dispute ahead of the UP elections. According to EC officials, the process of issuing the party symbol may take up to 4 months before a final order is issued. Well, in the interim, the panel could freeze the party symbol and provide ad hoc recognition to 2 factions under the names similar to the party's parent party. Meanwhile, Akhilesh Yadav also met Mulayam Singh Yadav at his residence in Lucknow, even as the reports state that there are efforts to bring about peace between the 2 factions.
समाजवादी पार्टी के 90% एमएलए, एमपी, एमएलसी और जनप्रतिनिधि समाजवादी पार्टी अखिलेश के साथ हैं। इसलिए अखिलेश यादव की जो नेतृत्व वाली पार्टी है वही समाजवादी पार्टी है। ये हमने मांग की है कि इसको माना जाए।
More news from Uttar Pradesh. Well, after Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed a mega Parivartan rally in Lucknow, now BSP chief Mayawati launched a scathing attack on the BJP on Tuesday. Well, she attacked the Prime Minister for the alleged poor implementation of note ban. The former Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister also claimed that the common man has been hit hard by the centre's inefficiency. The BJP hit back, claiming that many BSP leaders will soon leave the party and join the BJP.
A day after Prime Minister Narendra Modi targeted the BSP on the issue of corruption at a campaign rally, party chief Mayawati retaliated on Tuesday. She accused Modi of deceiving people by not disclosing facts and figures on black money. Calling the BJP's Monday rally in Lucknow a total flop, Mayawati claimed that people were ferried into buses to listen to Modi.
10 महीने के अंदर इन्होंने अपनी पार्टी का जो काला धन है, जो फर्जी मेंबरशिप के जरिए बीजेपी के लोग काला धन इकट्ठा करते हैं, बड़े बड़े धन्ना सेठों से लेते हैं, विदेशों से लेते हैं, उसको सफेद करने के लिए, नोटबंदी का फैसला लेने से पहले उसको सफेद करने के लिए, और इतना ही नहीं, अपनी पार्टी के नाम पर पूरे देश के अंदर तो दफ्तर बनाने के लिए महंगी जमीन खरीदने के लिए, और दिल्ली में ये लोग बड़ा अपना सेंट्रल ऑफिस बनाने के लिए जा रहे हैं, तो उसका भी पूरा इन्होंने पेमेंट वगैरह जो उनके दफ्तर को बनाने वाली एजेंसी थी, सब हर जगह सब पेमेंट कर दिया। और ये बात करते हैं बीएसपी के बारे में और पार्टियों के बारे में, इनको अपने गिरेबान में भी तो झांक के देखना चाहिए।
In a sharp rebuttal, UP BJP President Keshav Prasad Maurya criticized Mayawati for denouncing demonetization. He also predicted that a large number of its leaders will soon desert the BSP.
रैली में भीड़ नहीं जुटाई थी हमने, हमारे बूथ के जो पदाधिकारी थे, कार्यकर्ता थे, उनका यहाँ पर आगमन हुआ था। और जब बूथ स्तर का मेरा कार्यकर्ता इतनी बड़ी संख्या में यहाँ पर एकत्र हुआ है, तो सपा बसपा की बेचैनी बढ़ना स्वाभाविक है। भगदड़ वहाँ पहले से मची है।
Mayawati also cautioned the Muslims in Uttar Pradesh against splitting their votes. She asserted that Dalits won't be swayed by hollow words. The BSP chief did not spare the SP's internal feud either.
As the countdown for declaration of assembly elections begins, political heat in the crucial state of Uttar Pradesh is soaring. All the political parties are leaving no stone unturned to woo the voters. However, in the tug of war, parties shouldn't forget Supreme Court's ruling that outlaws seeking votes in the name of caste, religion and language. Reporting from Lucknow with counterperson Shiv Kumar, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
On to some other news now. Well, post demonetization, the Reserve Bank of India has indicated that it will focus on normalizing the situation in rural India. Well, the central bank issued an order stating that sending currency notes to these areas needs to be speeded up and that the quantum of notes must also be raised. It says that the banks must supply at least 40% of the currency to rural areas. An RBI statement said that since the rural requirements could vary from district to district depending on variations in the rural-urban mix of each district, a certain percentage of allocation has been assigned to each district depending on the rural and urban mix. It advised that this proportion may be maintained on a weekly average basis as it may be difficult to stick to the proportion on a daily basis. And in Breakfast News, time for a very short break. We'll be back with more news. Stay with us.
Letter which you have written seeking a fair selection process as far as the national awards are concerned.
People who are in charge of the conduct of the national awards and also Indian panorama, they seem to be totally unaware of what these are meant for.
Many of the critics of your films, they say that your films don't communicate with the common man.
Who is the common man?
Do you think that in a democratic setup like India, censorship really can thrive as a concept?
It's a very wrong concept. There should not be any censorship in any form, anywhere.
Watch To The Point with the man who revolutionized Malayalam cinema, Adur Gopalakrishnan, only on Rajya Sabha television.
Welcome back. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the 5-day annual 104th Indian Science Congress at the Sri Venkateshwara University in Tirupati on Tuesday. While addressing the attendees, the Prime Minister said that he will always be grateful to scientists who have worked tirelessly to empower our society by their vision, labour and leadership. He also said that the government is committed to supporting different streams of scientific research. Well, this is the second time that the Temple Town is hosting the event since 1983.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the 5-day annual 104th Indian Science Congress at the Sri Venkateshwara University in Tirupati on Tuesday. He addressed an audience that included eminent scientists and Nobel Prize winners at the Science and Technology for National Development. Modi urged scientists to keep an eye on the rise of disruptive technologies, even as he underscored his government's commitment towards various streams of scientific research.
Tomorrow's experts will come from investments we make today in our people and in infrastructure. My government is committed to supporting different streams of scientific knowledge, ranging from fundamental science to applied science with emphasis on innovation. We equally need to keep an eye on the rise of disruptive technologies and be prepared to leverage them for growth. We need to clearly assess the challenges and opportunities for our technology readiness and competitiveness.
Praising Indian scientists and their outreach, Modi claimed that by 2030, India will be among the top 3 countries in science and technology.
That our scientists will further meet the challenges of enhanced quality of basic research, its technology translation and its connect with society. By 2030, India will be among the top 3 countries in science and technology and will be among the most attractive destinations for the best talent in the world. The wheels we set in motion today will achieve this goal.
Modi said building a strong science and technology infrastructure that is accessible to academia, startups, industry and research and development labs is a priority of the government.
We can trust it be a huge opportunity by research, training and skilling in robotics, artificial intelligence, digital manufacturing, big data analysis, deep learning, quantum communication, and Internet of Things. There is a need to develop and exploit these technologies in services and manufacturing sectors. We need to develop an inter-ministerial national mission in the cyber physical systems to secure our future by creation of basic R&D infrastructure, manpower and skills.
Science and technology for national development is the focal theme of the Science Congress this year. Eminent scientists, including 6 Nobel laureates from different countries and about 14,000 scientists and scholars, are taking part in the Congress. The Prime Minister also felicitated Nobel laureates with gold medals on the occasion. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha Television.
And the 350th Prakash Parv on the birth anniversary of Guru Gobind Singh, the 10th Sikh Guru, is being celebrated in Patna this week. Well, security has been tightened in Patna ahead of the Prime Minister's visit on Thursday to participate in the celebrations. Now, Punjab Chief Minister Prakash Singh Badal is also expected to visit along with the Prime Minister. Meanwhile, on Tuesday, former Punjab Chief Minister Captain Amrinder Singh offered prayers at the Takht Harmandir Sahib. Earlier this week, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal also attended the festivities. Well, close to 5 lakh people are expected to attend in what is being called as the biggest event organized by Chief Minister Nitish Kumar. Let's now get you some weather update. And fresh snowfall and rains on Tuesday ended the longest dry spell in years in the Kashmir Valley, spreading cheer among residents and tourists. Well, 6 inches of snowfall was recorded in the ski resort of Gulmarg. Reports of snowfall are also being received from the upper reaches of Kupwara, Bandipora, Anantnag, Shopia, Pulwama and Kulgam districts. Well, the plains also received light rainfall. Now, temperatures dipped to sub-zero levels and a thick blanket of snow covered the state. The impact of the dry spell is most evident in the river Jhelum, with its water levels plummeting to the lowest in 60 years, affecting power generation and drinking water supply as well.
ये हमारे लिए खुशी की बात है कि आज सुबह से गुलमर्ग में बर्फबारी हो रही है और इस वक्त जो हमारे पास जो रिपोर्ट है 6 इंच की बर्फबारी हुई है वहाँ, और वहाँ इस वक्त जो सैलानी हैं वो भी खुश हैं। वो उन्होंने उनको पहली दफा ये इस साल के जो सैलानी उनको मौका मिला बर्फबारी देखने के लिए।
अभी जब बर्फबारी हुआ आजकल तो हर जगह महले महले में जश्न है कि गुलमर्ग में बर्फबारी हुआ, हर कोई आ रहा है आज गुलमर्ग भी देखने के लिए ये बर्फ वगैरह।
And on the other hand, cold weather and dense fog continues to grip different parts of North India, affecting the rail and road traffic. Let's take a look at the cold wave situation across several states in the region. Well, dense fog shrouded the national capital, reducing visibility, which has led to a delay of 9 international and 8 domestic flights to and from Delhi. Now, 67 trains to Delhi are also being delayed. Well, clueless about the arrival of the trains, passengers spent the night at the Delhi station amid the teeth-chattering cold. Meanwhile, the cold wave also intensified further in most parts of Uttar Pradesh, with icy winds bringing down the mercury on Tuesday. Now, Muzaffarnagar remains the coldest, recording 6.8 degrees Celsius. At some places, the sky was overcast, adding to the cold. Well, the schools at many places have also been closed till 5th of January, and district administrations will take a call thereafter depending on the weather. Meanwhile, in Himachal Pradesh, the minimum temperature stayed between -8 degrees and -15 degrees Celsius on Tuesday in high-altitude tribal areas, while in few areas, mercury also dropped to -5.6 degrees. Water pipes froze and burst at many places in higher hills, while a thick fog engulfed the towns along with the river banks in the morning hours, disrupting the vehicular traffic. The Met Department has predicted snow or rains in mid and higher hills over the next 6 days, and also rains and thunder showers in lower hills. And now a look at the events that are lined up for the day in the day ahead. AIADMK General Secretary V.K. Sasikala will meet party cadres today as the demands to take over the chief ministership are growing louder. She will also hold a district-wise meeting of office bearers from today till 9th of January. While this is seen as an obvious support-building exercise to take over state government's reins. Now, Sasikala will meet parties, general council members, MPs and MLAs, as well as secretaries of various wings belonging to different districts of the state. Meanwhile, the DMK's General Council meeting will also be held today at the party headquarters in Chennai, while the DMK President M. Karunanidhi will chair the meeting, which is expected to take a decision on promoting DMK Treasurer M.K. Stalin as the working president of the party. Well, Pakistan Supreme Court will resume hearing of the Panama Papers case. A five-judge larger bench headed by Justice Asif Saeed Khosa has been constituted by the newly appointed Chief Justice Mia Sakir Nisar on Monday. Earlier, the court in November took up a slew of petitions seeking Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's disqualification in the wake of Panama Papers, which in April revealed that his family members had stashed money in offshore companies. All right, time for some international news. And Republican Representative Paul Ryan of Wisconsin was officially re-elected as the Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives on Tuesday. Well, Ryan overwhelmingly won the vote for the Speaker of the House of the 115th Congress for a second term, following a vote in the chamber. Now, 239 Republicans voted for him, only one member defected. The procedure was just a formality after Ryan's name was given a go-ahead during a Republican conference in November last year. Meanwhile, on the Democratic side, Nancy Pelosi was re-elected the minority leader. Well, after a tumultuous first year in the top leadership spot, Ryan clashed with both conservatives as well as with the then Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump. However, lately his relations with Trump have been warmer. After being sworn in, Paul Ryan told the House Republicans that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Well, with the Trump set to be sworn in as the president on the 20th of January, Republicans will control both the White House and Congress for the first time since 2007.
And to the majority, especially to our returning members, I want to say this. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The people have given us unified government. And it wasn't because they were feeling generous. It was because they want results. How could we live with ourselves if we let them down? How could we let ourselves down?
More news from the United States. Well, U.S. President-elect on Tuesday derailed an effort by his own party to gut an independent ethics watchdog. Well, Republicans voted behind closed doors on Monday night to strip the Office of Congressional Ethics of its independence and much of its authority. Well, the change was set to be passed on Tuesday following the swearing-in of the new Republican Congress before Donald Trump took to Twitter to share his disapproval. Well, less than 2 hours after Trump's message, Republicans huddled in an emergency conference and eventually decided to leave the ethics board intact. Now, the U.S. Ethics Committee was set up in 2008 following a slew of scandals that resulted in several House lawmakers being jailed. And the Pentagon has said that the Indo-US defense ties are on an excellent path and will continue to remain so in the next administration and beyond. Well, the statement comes days before Donald Trump's inauguration. Now, Peter Cook, Pentagon press secretary, said that Defense Secretary Ashton Carter's commitment to Indo-US ties is clear. The defense relationship with India is on an excellent path and will continue to be so in the next administration as well as beyond. But it is noteworthy that 2016 was a banner year in the Indo-US bilateral relationship. India and United States made significant gains in defense, trade, energy, health, science and innovation as well. Well, US also designated India as a major defense partner and played an instrumental role in India becoming a member of the prestigious Missile Technology Control Regime, or the MTCR. Also, defense trade grew to over $15 billion, especially with the conclusion of the much-awaited M777 advanced howitzer deal. Well, that's it from me and my team in this edition of News. Thanks for watching. Have a great day ahead.